Huge shout out to the sponsors that keep this podcast rolling. First up, we have CTS Media. If your business needs better content, a fresh website, or full service digital marketing, CTS Media has you covered. Photography, videography, social media management, social media creation, Google Ads, Meta Ads, everything your business needs to look legit online, because let's face it, if you're not doing these things, you're falling behind to your competitors in today's world. Check it out at ctsmedia.org, link in description below. Next up, we have Shred It, You're On. They solve the classic problem every rider has. Your action cam blocks your jersey. Their jerseys keep your kit visible on camera and look sick doing it. Grab one at shredityourOn.com. Finally, we have Gutter Getters, your go-to for home maintenance. Whether it's gutter cleaning, roof care, pressure washing, small repairs, deck repairs, they handle it all. Hit the link or give them a call below.
What's going on out there, everybody? Happy holidays and all that good stuff. We're coming up on the new year. This is the Ridin the Line podcast with your hosts, Ross Moncton and Mr. Kason Smith.
What's going on?
All right. Well, we are 2 days away from the new year, wrapping up 2025. It's been an interesting year, the start of our podcast this year. And for our final podcast, we have got an amazing guest with us, an industry personality, and somebody that I have just recently met. So I'm gonna let Kason bring him on in.
Yeah, man, we got a lot to talk about today, and an amazing guest as well. Someone that I've actually met through kind of the grapevine. I think actually the first time I've met this individual was at Blankets Creek while I was still working for a bike shop. Maybe possibly the first time. I don't know. There could have been another one. He can tell us, but Mr. Tony himself, he is the brand development manager at Specialized Bicycles, one of our favorite companies that we've talked about a lot over the course of the last couple episodes for many, many reasons that we can dive into. And man, he's actually, for somebody in this space, he goes about, and I want to get into this a little bit, but he goes about this role in a very unique and interesting way that I've noticed. If you have followed him on social media or seen what he's done, he's kind of taken the bicycle industry and put it in a few different avenues, and it's really cool. As you can see in his background here, he's a big sneakerhead as well. So welcome to the podcast, Tony. Good to have you, brother.
What's going on, guys? Appreciate being here. I'm a huge fan of the podcast, so now it's pretty stoked to be on it.
Well,
Yeah.
we're a huge fan of you, man, and for everybody, this is our kind of like Christmas elf reveal right here. Tony is the reason that I've got this Ebe to ride. He's really helped with that seasonal depression. So huge thank you from the podcast and myself. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So am I correct? Do you think the first time we met was at Blankets Creek? At do you remember?
I think it was one of those pedal paloozas or something like that when I was working with the guys up at Outspoken.
Yeah, that's what I think. And I was still at Free
Uh,
Flight, and we were doing
Yeah.
it together. And I was just like, we kind of introduced. We knew about each other, but just kind of
Sure.
ourselves. And a follow up question to that, I said the brand development manager. Are you the only brand development manager? Usually that's not the case, right?
No, so our title is brand development manager for Specialized, but we have brand development managers in all the territories. So it's kind of broken up by region, and then each region has territories, and we're considered. I mean, sales rep is another way to put it, but fancy term, brand development manager, because we are developing the brand in the territory. We're opening new stores. We're educating retail staff. And now a lot of our territories have owned retail stores, so we're also working with those guys.
Okay. Yeah, so that kind of answers my question. I when I see brand development manager, I almost think of it as like a marketing person, just that has a territory essentially. But yeah, sales rep, I guess. So
Exactly.
Yeah, so you guys don't have sales reps. You're essentially the sales reps, right?
Correct.
Okay. Yeah, just to clarify.
Well, I do have a question on that. And so, having worked in like the bike industry myself, I worked for Maxxis for a good bit. And I kind of got into the bike industry through just more of an art background and photography. I would love to hear just that like really quick, 1 minute maybe, story of how you kind of landed where you did.
Might be a little bit longer than a minute,
That's
but
okay. That's okay.
it's
We got a long
you know,
time. We got a long
I
time.
mean, my story's pretty cool. I mean, I rode bikes when I was a kid, just riding BMX around the street. Loved bikes. Started to be an auto mechanic in Buffalo. All my friends were riding fixies around town. I was like, man, this looks like a
Big
good time,
skiing.
just cruising town. So like, I've got myself a fixed gear. Still was working on cars, but I started to ride my bike to work, and I was like, man, this is just way too much fun. A lot of my friends started working at a bike shop in downtown Buffalo, that cool hipster type shop, like everybody wanted to hang out in, really cool social media, like they created that FOMO. Started working there as just a salesperson. I was still doing like mechanic a little bit, was going to school at the time too. So got in there. I was like, man, this is fun. Like having a blast, just selling stuff, talking to people, learning about bikes. I mean, I didn't know anything much about bike besides like taking apart a fixed gear and putting together a fixed gear. I mean, it was pretty simple. I mean, we were taking like old style bikes and making them into fixed gears, like whatever we
That's
can to be
awesome.
on like a fixed gear, play bike polo, cruise around town kind of thing. And just got into working there. Shop was called Campus Wheelworks in downtown Buffalo. Worked there for about 6 years, but I went through the ranks there. After a year, they asked me to be the buyer for the shop. So then I started meeting reps. I was like,
Okay.
this is what I want to do. Like after meeting some of these
Yeah.
reps, how they kind of build your stoke up, you get to learn about products before anybody else. I was like, this is what I want to do. I even told my boss at the time, I was like, yeah, this is what I think my end goal is.
Okay.
So that's where I saw myself. Um, so went to be a store manager of that place, still was the buyer, went to doing sales managing there, then left there to go work for Jamis Bikes for a little bit in Jersey. Not as a rep, unfortunately. They didn't have any repping positions, but they liked me. And she's just like, I just want you to come out here and help. And she kind of had some odd jobs for me. I wasn't the biggest fan of kind of where the path was going. So one of the shops back in Buffalo found out I wasn't really liking it too much. They offered me like what I was making in Jersey to come back and started doing sales managing for them. Shop called Tom's Pro Bike. A bit
Okay.
more premium of a shop, higher end bikes. Um, Owner was still really cool. Felt like my last owner. They really wanted you to be like a family, um, and treated you really well.
Okay.
He already knew I wanted to be a rep. Like he's like, we'll see what we can do about being one of my reps kind of thing. And so worked there for 6 years. Actually, he bought some stores in Rochester, New York. I was driving to Rochester to manage them for a little while. Then came back to work the Buffalo store, and one of the reps had left Specialized. I interviewed for that, didn't get the position, and just kept getting pushed away because I didn't have any repping experience. So much,
Okay.
and I mean, I interviewed with, I think Cannondale's, Specialized, Felt Bicycles, like a bunch of different brands. And they kept going, well, you don't have any repping experience. And I was like, well, how do you get it if no one's going to hire you? They're like, well, we don't really have the answer there.
Right.
Uh, so it was just very tough, kind of just getting pushed away. And you're like, oh man, is this the thing? Like maybe it's not for me kind of thing. But I was like, I'm not giving up. Ended up,
Nice.
one of my really good customers, his wife started a company that we sold an app to train construction workers. And I was like, I'll go do this. But I ended up still working for the shop, doing all their social media, doing all their events, but started doing this repping for this other company. Worked there for like 6 months. The specialized rep for territory in Buffalo. And it was like, hey, are you still interested? And I was like, yeah, like that's why I'm doing this other random rep job, because I really want to be in the
Nice.
industry. Still interviewed, looked like it was going great. They called me up, like, hey, somebody else got it. He had more repping experience. And then a week later, I was like, damn. And they called me back, like, hey, would you be willing to relocate? And I was like, I will go anywhere just to do this
Yeah.
job. So that's what kind of brought me down to Atlanta, or pretty much the
Okay.
South in general. And now I've been here for 3 years and just absolutely loving it. Like, so sorry it wasn't 1 minute, but like it's a long story that like kind of felt like it was going to go downhill, but it's been. I think you were saying like Justin, one of the guys you had on here. It's like it's a dream job now. It's like I never want to leave that dream job because I finally made it. And I'm in the industry. I'm not going to be making millions, like, but like it's fun. It's a blast.
And no, I thought that was a perfect synopsis. That was really cool. Yeah, and I big thing I hear right there is just like keep keep poking at it, right? Never
Ah,
take no for an answer. And
exactly.
that's incredible how proactive you were. You're like, all right, well, I can't do it here. I'm going to do it somewhere else so
Exactly.
that I have that experience in my pocket.
Hmm.
Yeah, as Justin said, he said what he said. Like, I'm drinking the Kool Aid, but the Kool Aid tastes good. You just gotta keep drinking that Kool Aid, and
Exactly.
you just gotta keep on trucking, man. That's so cool, dude.
It
And
is.
and so this is your first rep job, then, right? If
Yeah, I would say it's really my first bicycle rep job. So, I
yeah,
mean, I did
okay,
that other one for like 6 months and it was cool and all, but they were almost like a startup company, which it was kind of a bummer to leave them where I left them. But like, they kind of knew like I was really into bikes. I was riding my bike like 20 miles to go to work just because I wanted to ride my bike to work. Like, I mean, I had a car, but I just still wanted to ride my bike to work. So,
Dude, and in Buffalo, that's got to be seasonal, huh?
brutal.
it's definitely seasonal. I mean, during that time, like when I worked at my first shop, I didn't even have a car. I was going to college where I rode a bike everywhere. Like we were still riding fixed gears in the snow to work and just loving it. Like that first snow, oh, we all loved getting out and on our bikes on that first snow.
That's cool. Is Buffalo? Because I haven't really been up and around there. Is it got some elevation to it? Is it hilly?
Mhm.
Is it
It's
pretty
pretty
flat?
flat. Yeah, it's
So it's
pretty
a
flat.
good fixed gear town.
Oh, oh yeah, it's great for riding fixed. And I mean, riding a fixed gear in the winter is actually safer than riding anything with brakes. And at that time, it was more rim brake stuff when I really got into the industry. And like, your legs are your brakes in that, and they
Yeah.
can't freeze up. So they were actually safer to ride than riding something with just brakes.
That's really cool. I went to SCAD, so I was in Savannah,
Oh,
and then that's where I dove hard into. That's what actually kind of really got me back on the bike. Because in high school, you get into it as you're younger, and then high school you kind of fall out of it. Cars, girls, all that other stuff, right? And
yeah.
then when I was in college, I met some kids that were riding fixed gear, and I was like, oh well, this is new. Like this is cool. And through that group, that's how I actually got back into riding mountain bikes. So
Oh, yeah.
that's we'll have to talk fixies later. That's cool.
Yeah, yeah.
So a good transition, I guess, would be like the biggest thing. I don't know you so well, Tony. I know you a little bit here and there just because we're in the industry together and friends and whatnot. But the biggest thing that I've seen um that you in this role on Instagram and social media. Number one, you represent the brand incredibly well. If I may, like, just like throw a lot of like positive your way of how good of a job that you're doing from my point of view compared to I've seen a lot of people in the industry, and this is no hate to anybody. I'm just saying that I can tell that you're doing a great job, and you represent Specialized well, and your social media presence is killer. But I kind of wanted to ask, like, you are representing bicycles in a very unique way, and like meeting very unique people, in very different avenues, right? Like kind of what I said in the beginning of the show. You have a photo of freaking Shane Gillis here. You have photos with rappers, with DJs, I believe. You have so many cool like connections, with people, and so I kind of wanted to ask, like, how did you merge these avenues with bicycles, and how do you go about that?
Yeah, well, I appreciate it. I hope I represent the brand pretty well. I mean, I love the brand. I mean, it's good Kool-Aid to drink. um, so, dude, it's really being in the right place at the right time and like taking that opportunity and running with it. Just like I would never take no for an answer kind of thing. So like I met the right people. I have a really good friend. He's actually become a very good friend of mine, Courtney, who has a lot of connections in the industry, the music industry. I mean, this guy just knows any musician you can think of. I mean, he's either knows them personally or knows a manager, and he is really into cycling. So he's kind of put me on to a lot of these guys. Um, he's brought me to shows. He's introduced me to people. Like, even if we weren't going to work with him, he's just like, "Oh, dude, you got to meet this guy. Like, he wants to get into cycling." And like, it's been amazing that way. And I'm just always about it. Like, I'll talk to anyone. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're famous. I don't care if you're just starting cycling for the first time. I'm talking to you like you're buying a $20,000 bike. Like, that
Yeah.
stoke is kind of what really got me into it. So like, that's what I'm all about. And I'm just trying to put bikes in places people don't think about. A lot of industries, if you think about it, are
Yeah.
they're so hooked on cycling, just the pro racer, the absolute shredder hitting jumps and like in the Peloton kind of thing. I kind of look at it as like there's so many more people in the world that want to ride bikes, and we need to like look at those people. Like, what are they into? And started getting into that because I mean, you don't see too many rappers on bikes. And like, I got to work with Big Boy, like putting Big Boy on a bike and watching him ride it around his studio. I mean, he turned into a child. And it was like, this is what it's about. Like, I mean, yeah, it's cool watching people absolutely rip at downhill parks and do crazy crit races. Like, it's awesome to watch that stuff, but it's also great to watch somebody that's like this superstar turn into like a child that you would never think would be riding a bike. So that's kind of the way of doing it. And like, I mean, you can see the sneakers, like the sneaker world loves biking. I mean, you got kids doing wheelies down the street in Jordans. Like,
Yeah.
it's just about the professional athlete. We got to start looking at everybody else because those kids are into it. I mean, cycling got me into it when I was a kid. Like, I was riding down the street in a pair of beat up Jordans in my Haro Back Trail 3. Like, that was the thing. And like watching these kids do wheelies and stuff like that. I mean, I don't condone the crazy shit they do, but I love
Yeah.
watching
Yeah.
these kids because those kids turn into like mountain bikers. Like, they love hitting jumps. We got a really cool guy around Atlanta, Chilio, who's like getting these kids into cycling, finding bikes for them, and it's just amazing to see. So like, that's kind of where I try to put cycling, is in other people's hands that you would never think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, I again like applaud you. Like I don't want to keep glazing you, but like dude, it's so cool because like every single person in the industry, like seriously, I can't think of somebody else that goes about it the way you're doing it. I seriously can't. And I've done this for a little while for especially for how young I am. And like everybody I know that's in the industry or is in a rep position, they're either like this hardcore mountain biker or this hardcore road biker and they focus on the bike parks. They focus on the hardcore bike shops and all of that, and the athletes, like you said. And so, like, dude, like, I don't even know if I definitely haven't thought of like focusing on those other people. Why are these people not riding bikes? What about the people that aren't riding bicycles? What are they doing? And so that's I applaud you again. That's so cool. And I always love to see your Instagram stories and your posts. And what is like like you mentioned Big Boy, is there any other collaborations or any people that you've met that you want to mention that's just like super cool that our viewers would think is dope?
Or when you became a kid, when you saw that person and got starstruck.
Dude, I think one of the biggest ones was just meeting everybody from Wu-Tang Clan. I mean, I listened to him
That's
when I was
awesome.
a kid, and like meeting all of them and like having like Killer Mike introduce me to these guys was just like, I'm having one massive celebrity introduce me to another celebrity. And it, like, I think about it all the time. I'm like, this came because of bikes, literally because of bicycles.
Yeah.
Like,
Cra-
these dudes can drive Bentleys, but then they're also riding like an electric bike. And
Yep.
like, this is what it's all about. Like, so yeah, I mean, it's cool. I don't like to shout out like a ton of celebrities' name because I'm like, I'm a nobody. Like, but it's cool to see what these guys like, the excitement they see on their face, because you're building stoked for something you're so stoked about, and you're like, damn, I would have never thought this dude's like a gangster rapper, and now he's like riding a bike around town and just like smiling. I'm like, you would never just think that. So it's kind of like you need to think outside the box, I think, in this industry, because everything is so much alike now that like we need to start going maybe a little bit different route and just get bring that stoke back. Um, so
It
yeah,
was cool as an add-on to that when I worked for Porsche for about a decade. I was drive coach with them, but I also I managed our new vehicle delivery program that we had there. And we actually did a I got to do a delivery when Big Boy bought his Taycan.
oh yeah,
And so I got to like hand deliver that vehicle to him. And dude, I will tell you, and like he had like a custom car seat made for his son, just the whole crew that was there, and it was seeing him be that kid,
hmm
and that was something that you said that really resonated. But I was blown away with like how nice, how kind, like how humble he was. Like I took him through the car, and like he gave me all his undivided attention. It was awesome. And then we had like a I don't know, 150 piece like high school marching band like come down and like into the delivery area afterwards. Dude, it was epic. But yeah, he's a very, very cool down home Atlanta celebrity to meet. Yeah.
he really is. That's the thing. I think a lot of them are, and I think what's cool about being in Atlanta compared to Buffalo is those guys are out and about.
Yeah.
Like
Oh yeah. They're in
you
the
see
city.
them. Yeah. I was at an event for Adidas the other day with a buddy of mine, and there was a ton of them there, and they're just out and about. They're bowling. They're enjoying life. Like it's cool to see.
Yeah, I mean, you can go walk down the Beltline on any given day and see like a handful of celebrities on accident and not even realize it in Atlanta. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
It's like
I
walking
think.
around LA too.
Oh yeah, big time. Well, I think one of my favorite ones to see now is if you follow Drewski. He's riding around on a specialized e-bike all over the city,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
and it's amazing to see. Like he covers his face up when he's riding, but like it's him. Like, but he'll post videos of him just riding his specialized Vado around all over the city down the Beltline, and it's just amazing to see somebody like with that much following just being around.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's awesome.
So also, I wanted to ask because I always pull up everybody's Instagram while we do the podcast. Um, and I've seen like you said you come from like kind of BMX background a little bit in Buffalo and all of that, and you have photos on stump jumpers. You have photos of you riding BMX bikes. You're now a big avid road biker, if I'm not mistaken. So I kind of want to like ask about all those different types of cycling, what you're enjoying most. You have a sick bike behind you that I'm sure that you spend a lot of time on. And so like, do you still ride all three of those? What do you enjoy most, and what's been going on in your cycling world?
Dude, it's all my bikes get love. Like, that's the thing is, like,
Nice.
I'm on everything. Um, I mean, I rode a lot of BMX when I was, like, a kid. My buddy, Jim Selinsky, who started Sunday BMX, like, he used to get me out riding when I got a little bit older because we got a really cool skate park in Buffalo. He's the first one to take me to Woodward, taught me how to backflip on a BMX bike in the foam pit, like so, like, I probably don't BMX as much as I used to, but I would say gravel, road, mountain, like I'm doing it all. Lately, I would say like gravel's been the thing for me because just getting out there in like the middle of nowhere and there's like pretty much no cars on the road and you get that high speed, like sketchy, loose rock kind of feeling, like almost like you're mountain biking. But then you still can get some good miles in, which is really cool. But I'm still road riding. I do a lot of group road rides, and then just riding the mountain bike too. The only thing I haven't lately, I'd like to get back into like riding Jared's Place or like Windrock and stuff like that. But I keep destroying myself before I can do that by either getting hit by a car, I play ice hockey, I'm getting hurt there, like, and it's always like just before I'm gonna go to like Jared's or something like that, I'm like messing my shoulders up or something like that. So,
I know, dude. We need to have you
That's
out.
funny.
All the
dude,
specialized Atlanta guys have been coming out like once a week at this point.
They've definitely put together a really good park. So, and I'd like to get back. I've been out there a few times, built a brand new status just to go out there for a BMX weekend my buddy PD put on, and like couldn't even ride. Just got to sit there and watch everybody else jam out on the new line. And I'm just sitting there with a brand new bike on a table so people can stare at it.
Hey man, that's part of the role, right?
Yes,
That's
it
just one of
is.
those days that you got to be specialized guy.
Exactly. So,
Dude,
but
that's
yeah,
sweet. That's so cool. So you're friends with the guy that started Sunday. That's cool, man.
yeah. So Jim C is the one who started. One of the guys he started Sunday BMX side of things. There was actually a Sunday skate shop, and they had a BMX side and a skate shop side. So, but yeah, dude, he's absolutely amazing. Like that dude's still riding at the age of 50 and just absolutely killing it on a BMX bike. So
Yeah, that's
love.
dope. I have a pretty sick Sunday AM Plus I built up that I still hold on to, and I've always rode Sundays ever since I started BMX. I've only had Sundays, so that's pretty cool note to add there.
I got one of his frames somewhere in my house.
Yeah, they're sick.
Nice.
They're like pretty iconic. Like when you see one, I feel like most people, whether you're into BMX or not, just knows what they are.
So coming from kind of the the corporate stance, right? Like having done marketing and all that good stuff with Maxis, and you a lot of times will have, it's obvious we have those kind of corporate guidelines and all that stuff. Something that you kind of said earlier resonated with me because I actually kind of dealt with some of this with Maxis. And it's like when you get to that line of what we condone, what we kind of don't condone, right? Because the bike is awesome, like we share it with a lot of people, it makes people feel like kids again, all that good stuff. And then it can also like there's a point of responsibility there, right? And so I found that I had a lot of folks coming up, and this is for a lot of people that maybe I don't know whether they're whatever it is that you're doing. Um, One, does specialized kind of do a grassroots more sponsorship? Like, you know, we have our pro level sponsorships and things like that. Um, do you have those kind of lower amateur sponsorship, I guess, opportunities? Um, and how could people get a hold of those things?
Yeah.
I know I
So
kind of switched gears on you a little bit there, but
no,
yeah,
no,
go ahead.
no. It's good. I mean, we definitely help out a lot of people that are about the brand, I would say.
Yeah,
We do have an ambassador program. I think it's getting revamped right now. But it's been going on for a few years where ambassadors will send out, it's usually a lot of people will get a link if you're like on specialized.com and you're a part of the email list, and you'll get a link as an ambassador. Sometimes I can put in, be like, hey, I think this person should be an ambassador type thing. Even some of the shops, they can reach out to me, they can reach out to the marketing team, be like, I believe this person, and we'll let them know like when the ambassador program is coming back up,
yeah,
for them to sign up, and they'll usually get a discount on bikes. We ask them to do events sometimes, and I mean, a lot of them like to just help me out. They'll come to an event. They'll kind of just be my side person to like help talk to people. They're just building up the stoke in the brand. I mean, we have the NICA program where we give discounts. I know a lot of other companies do that, kind of getting these young kids really stoked on riding either our bikes or just some of the bikes in general. But yes, we definitely, more sponsorship wise, unfortunately, I don't really know.
yeah,
That would be more marketing team.
yeah.
I do as much as I can for the marketing team because I think it's fun. I don't get paid for it. More of like, oh, I think this person would be really good for marketing. Like some of the artists that I've worked with, we've
Yeah,
posted about them on our social media. They've posted on their social media, and I help the marketing kind of team that out that way, or just use my connections if they need somebody.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, the sponsorship thing, I'm not totally positive on. Um, but
As
yeah, I
far
think we.
as ambassading and things like that. So for you, it's a lot of FaceTime. It's actually being in person, being at that event, getting to know you. Is it? Do you think it's more for people to get involved with the brand? Is it more of like, hey, I'm out here doing this thing, or is it more? Um, of shooting you an email or what have you, or is it a combination of both?
I believe it. We have like an application process you have to go through.
Yeah,
You got to fill that out. Kind of let them know what you do in the community, what you ride. If you're looking to put on any events yourself, if you do any type of group ride, and then a lot of times the person who runs the ambassador program will let us know who the ambassadors are. If they're close, a lot of times I'll reach out if I'm doing something and be like, "Hey, you want to come help me out? I'm setting up at this event."
yeah,
Um, and they're usually into doing something like that.
that's cool.
Um, but yeah, it's a lot of times they're kind of doing their own thing. They're posting on their social media. I mean, they're not getting like reshared or anything, but like they need to post on their social. They need to be active on social. And they need to be on our product, talking about our product.
Yeah,
I mean, usually it's not very hard to do because they're already on our product and they're already stoked about our product. So they wouldn't be trying to be an ambassador if they already weren't. So
that's cool. I like that.
Uh, I think like what you were saying earlier brings up a different topic, but I think a lot of those like grassroots programs, like man, when I was, I mean, wasn't that long ago, but when I was, 15, 16 years old, there was like, dude, y'all remember Hook It and like all those
Oh
things
yeah,
where you could go on there's and like, dude, I could get like 60, 50, 40% off of these big companies, just at these grassroots things. And everybody's kind of moved away from that because it's obviously, not the not the greatest expense or not the greatest decision as far as money goes, just to give a bunch of kids 50, 60% off all the time. So it's not as easy as it used to be, but you could go on there and sign up and be like, my name's Johnny, I ride mountain bikes. Like, and get all these deals, and that's just unfortunately not the case anymore. A lot of companies are just a little bit smarter about it. And also, to that same aspect, everything's super saturated, so like it is
yeah,
pretty hard to be valuable to a brand. And it has nothing to do with Tony or Specialized, but it's really tough in today's world to be valuable, number one, as an athlete, or on social media to these companies. It really is. And I would say the majority of people sponsored, whether it's motocross, cycling, mountain biking, whatever it is, the majority of these people are actually, just big on social media. Um, and it's not the people that are necessarily getting podiums on the weekends anymore. It's the people that have the biggest following, because that's what's going to sell stuff.
for sure.
So just like a side note, just while I was thinking and hearing y'all talk about it, it's just not as easy as a grassroots type of individual to get those type of deals anymore. Unfortunately, I don't think.
No, it's tough. Influencers probably sell bikes better than athletes these days. So it's getting the right influencers, um, making sure they're creating that FOMO. Like you really want to be about it. You want to be doing what this person is doing, kind of thing. And I think what I do is like I'm on group rides that don't even associate with bike shops, and I like to see what other people are doing in the community. Because
yeah.
I think that's another big thing. That's what's selling bikes right now is community. If you've built a community, you have a following going, not even so much social, just like building a community that like, oh, I want to be at this person's shop for this group ride. Like, oh, I'm bummed I missed out on this group ride. I got to figure out how to get to it the next week, or like to that event that this person's going on like the next week after that. I think that's one thing that's doing really well too.
So it's really funny because we're seeing a switch, and I've heard this on other podcasts, and I think Jason have actually talked about it too. Um, we're seeing it used to be win on Sunday, sell on Monday, right? That was kind of the thing. And so now we're seeing kind of that influencer take over where some of the athletes are having a little bit of a tougher time, like keeping some of their contracts and things like that, across the industry. Um, and not to argue whether for or against any of that, but because you're in it and you're repping and you're out there and you see the people, what do you think really has caused this switch? Um, yeah,
It's a good question. I mean, athletes are really cool at being an athlete, but sometimes and I'm not saying all of them, maybe sometimes they're not the best at being in the community. The ones
sure.
I see that like are in the community, but they're also badass at doing whatever they do. I
Yeah.
think those are the ones that like are keeping contracts, or like easier to keep a contract too. Um, I think that's the big thing is like a lot of these guys and girls, like they're so good at what they do is like they're stuck in there, like, I'm going to get paid to do this. But the
Yeah.
industry is changing so much that it's like they also need to be an influencer.
Yeah.
Because just being good at your job like isn't doing it anymore for
Yeah.
these massive contracts.
And what's crazy is to be at that level of athlete that they're at, like you are dedicating 24/7 to it. And
For
it's
sure.
like now you've got to have it's almost like you've got to have that significant other almost with like dedicating that same amount of time just to get the content to do it.
Ex-
And it's such an interesting switch, I think, especially to me, trying to here we go, trying to ride that line between being that social media personality and also bringing that authentic level of skill um, to the table. And so I think it's unfortunate in a lot of ways. I think it with growing the sport, if there's a lot of positive to it, but for those folks that are like really pushing the sport, like you see, let's say you see Semenuk, you see Reader, you see Emil, like you see all those guys, and yeah, they're doing well, they're doing great, they're up at the top, but there's this huge gap between where they're at and where the social influencer is down here, and just skill and dedication and time, that authenticity that they've put into it. um, it's I don't have a whole lot to say about it. It's just it seems like it's a bigger gap to bridge now, like
Mhm.
than it was
Yeah.
5 years ago. You know what I mean?
And I had this thought the other day because of course I'm a big moto fan, and now all these top, like, it's fairly obvious to most people that the motocross athletes that are racing supercross and stuff are have zero time for this. But like you said, you're seeing this switch. So I'm seeing people like like the people that are podium podium
Podium.
geez Louise, thank you, are getting on the podium. Good lord. Getting on the podium on the weekends, like they're hiring these people to put out vlogs every week for them because they're seeing like, man, if I don't start doing this, everybody else is doing it. And so like, dude, you have like Chase Sexton, Cooper Webb, all these guys putting out vlogs now, because they see it's important. So yeah, just like you said, it's interesting, but I also think like the reason for that is like, it may not be that cool anymore to see someone win a UCI XC race. Like kids don't really give a shit about that. You know what I mean?
Well, you just blew
So
my mind, dude. Yeah, I never really even thought about it in that light. That's yeah. I mean, you're right.
like what is Johnny riding his Suron up and down the street care what who wins, the UCI World Cup anymore? And honestly, less people I think are watching UCI downhill. So like I just don't like people want to see big whips, bro. Like people want to see the Instagram reels. That it needs to be quick to keep their attention span because all they're doing is scrolling on their phone. And so brands like Specialized, brand like Santa Cruz, that's why they're investing so much money into the social aspect and the marketing aspect because that's what matters. And that's like what Tony's doing with getting these people, these collaborations with all these folks is really good for the brand. I'll say it for him. It's a really really good sales strategy,
Yeah, yeah,
and a really good marketing strategy. So it's really smart because that's the way things are going. And yeah, Ross, I may have blown your mind and probably some people in the comments, but that's just, I mean, I don't watch it, dude. I'll be honest with everybody. Like, I don't watch it. And I really, like, I don't know, man. It's just like people would rather watch Rampage. People would rather,
yeah,
see what. Uh, that's why, dude. Brandon Semenuk, perfect example.
yeah.
The dude doesn't even compete anymore. The dude
He
makes
just
all his
rips.
money producing two 6-minute videos or whatever it is. What was that video series he did with it was like 100 second or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, 100.
Dude, and that's what he's doing for his job. Like, it's
That's
crazy
wild.
because that's what people want to see. So it's wild.
Yeah.
So follow-up question. When was the last time that you sat down and actually listened to a whole album? Like music. When somebody released an album and you listen to that thing A to Z.
Well,
I'm not good with, I mean, I do it all the time because I'm in the car so much.
Yeah,
I'm either listening to like a full album or I'm
yeah,
listening to a podcast, like a full podcast. Like that's why
yeah,
I'm loving my podcasts. They're like 2 hours now because like it takes up a lot of my time.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I listen to an album all the time. Like if somebody,
See, you're
if
you're
it
one of the
pops up on
few.
my social and I'm like, oh, I didn't even know this person was coming out with a new album. I'm gonna download it real quick and I'll listen to it while I'm driving.
See, there you
I
go.
see,
Kason,
I
when
see
would
what
you
you're
listen to a
saying.
full album?
Yeah, I see what you're saying though, Ross. And to be fair with you, I really don't. The only time I have a record player sitting right here with, and I love
Yeah,
vinyls, so I will throw on vinyls occasionally and listen to all of those. So, but that doesn't really count, I don't think. I mean, yeah, I'll shuffle music, or honestly, like, go back to the attention span thing. I've kind of gotten tired of music
yeah,
lately. I've been podcasting like crazy. Like if I'm in the car or anything, I rarely turn on music anymore. It's kind of sad.
yeah.
But
It's
that's
funny
audiobooks,
because
podcast.
when I was working back at Home Depot when we were doing photos in the studio, just sitting in the dark studio forever, like one of the older photographers, Nick, he was like, "Yeah, man," he's like, "Just got the new album," and he's like, "Let's listen to the album." That was something that he put to me, and as we were talking about this, I was like, like this makes sense because like nobody's gonna watch like a full UCI downhill race. They're not gonna watch 50 plus riders drop. It's like, hey, I get to pick my specific songs and boom, the playlist, right? And so it's that shift, and that just kind of clicked in my head a little bit. I was like, man, that is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, think about the Vital MTB like recaps that come out after these races. Look,
Hmm.
I'm sure like the viewer influx on those compared to the live stream itself. I don't know if I'm completely wrong on this, but I would assume that the recap is way more.
Yeah.
Um,
Way more
I'm
and
only
viewed,
on
yeah.
my
yeah, it's crazy, man. It's people,
yeah.
dude. Everybody's ruining their brains.
I'd rather be
It's
outside
just
doing
it's a
something.
shift.
Yeah, it is a shift. It's wild. Speaking of shifts, so Tony, you you've been with Specialized. Did you say 3 years?
A little over 3 years now.
So that puts you after COVID.
Just after COVID. Yeah, I was in a bike shop during COVID.
Okay.
Okay, so perfect. I'll
Yeah.
ask you the same exact thing we talked to Justin about. Over the past few years, how have you seen the bike industry change, and like, what's your perspective on it? And not to get negative again because it comes up on every one of our podcasts, but like, things aren't looking so good. I have a lot of friends in the industry. I have a lot of people in the moto industry. And the numbers I've been hearing, the publicly traded numbers, the publicly posted numbers that I've seen are not good. I mean, you're talking about big corporations being 40 to 50% down on net profit over the last year, which is crazy. And I know that's everybody that I've heard of. And you don't have to share anything like that, of course, but just like kind of give your perspective of like how things are going, and what do you think's gonna, we're not all super in tune with what's going to happen in the next couple of years. Of course, nobody can predict it, but just like give your take on all of it since COVID.
Yeah, I mean, I started in a bike shop, I think 2009 or 2010, and I mean, you had to work to sell a bike. Like you had to build the
Yeah.
stoke to sell a bike. Then we had COVID hit. I mean, you didn't have to do shit to sell a bike. Like people are just walking in and taking whatever. Like bikes didn't even have to fit them, and they're like, "I'm taking it." I'm like, "Well, it does not fit you. I'm taking it." I'm like, "All right." Like, and I think we're now back to where we were before COVID, where like you have to sell a bike, you have to do something.
Yeah.
It's not just turning this open sign on and unlocking the door. It's like you have to get out there and sell a bike. Yes, like you're gonna have to work more hours than you wanted to, like because I mean we're all exhausted from what COVID was. I mean, I was working every single day we were open from like open to close, and it was nonstop. My boss was really cool during COVID, and he would like buy us lunch every day. He'd walk around and like hand us all like $100, like thanks for staying kind of thing. Like, and it's still
That's
like I
awesome.
still wanted to go ride a bike. I wasn't like drained from it, like to where like, oh, I still need to get out and ride my bike and just like clear my head kind of thing and get ready for the next day. But I think that's where a lot of retailers are kind of still stuck in that way of like, oh, I'm just going to open my door now because somebody's just going to come in and buy a bike. And it's just not that anymore. You have to be on social. You have to have group rides, and a lot of things I hear from tons of different shops, not even my shops that I deal with, is, well, we had it before COVID. It's like, then why don't you have it again? Like,
Yeah.
why is the whole COVID thing stopping you from doing stuff now? Like, you need to bring stuff back. Like, you, even if it starts off, your group ride starts with 1 or 2 people, like, you have to keep going. And I think so many people are just kind of just stuck in that, oh, I'm gonna open the door. It's gonna happen. Like, it's not. So I think a lot of it has a lot of the industry going downhill, I think, is because people are so stuck in that, or people are still exhausted from COVID. Um, and we need to get back to, we have to do something to sell that bike or sell whatever. I mean, that it's not even just our industry. Pretty much every industry is down right now. So it's like we have to get out there and do something to make shit happen. Um, so yeah, industry's down. A lot of shit is going on. But I mean, I see in my territory the shops that do really well are the ones that are building that community, like we talked about earlier. Getting people to come back, getting people stoked on things. Like, even if like they're coming in to buy a $700 bike for the first time, like, you want to build that dream up that they want to keep coming back and keep upgrading. And, oh, I want to come on your group ride, and I want to maybe take the day off of work just so I can see what this group ride's about, stuff like that. So I think the industry, if we start building that community, is going to go back to kind of what it was before COVID, which, like, we're all in this industry because we enjoy it. We're not in this industry to make millions, kind of thing. And I think that's what it's about, is the stoke. We all do this because we love it. But I think if the industry kind of just goes that route, is let's love it, then I think it's going to go in the right direction. Um, and we just have to be in people's faces nonstop. Um, the social media marketing thing is a big thing. Like, you have like that FOMO, like, you want to create that, I want to get to whatever you have going on, and if I missed out, I got to figure
Yeah.
out how to get to it next week, kind of thing.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing, and like, retailers have to realize that, and just ambassadors have to realize that, companies have to realize that, is like, we need to be in their face and creating something that they want to miss out on something else to get to whatever we got going on. They want to be a part
Right.
of that. So I think my buddy, KO, who runs a sneaker page in Atlanta, it's like one of the biggest sneaker pages. He said it really well. He's like, if you're not in somebody's face on social media, they're going to forget about you pretty damn quickly. But they're going to think, and when they do need something that you can provide, they're going to look to the last person they saw. So
Okay.
I think that's one of the biggest things. So I think if we continue on this route to like build stoke and build community, I think we're going to be on the right trajectory. Um, I try to not to look on the stuff that's like, people kind of look at like, oh, this is why we're not doing well. And I go to some of my retailers like, well, what are you going to do about it? Like, let's do something. Like, that's the biggest thing. Like, I talk to people I'm even prospecting. I'm like, they're like, oh, the industry's down, the industry's down. I'm like, well, what are you doing? Well, I'm opening my door. That's not it anymore. Like,
It's
you
not gonna
got to be
work.
about. I get it. Like, we took a pretty big beating during COVID. I mean, we all worked a shit ton of hours, but we were doing what we loved every day. Well, I get it. Other people got to go out and ride bikes because they didn't have to work or something like that. But you still got to do what you love every day. And I think we need to build off of that instead of just leaning on, well, we canceled it because of COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've definitely seen that, like up our area for sure, like bike shops. I mean, God, the amount of group rides we used to have, and actually, I was working in a bike shop and that kind of same thing happened. Honestly, is like we went through COVID, all the group rides stopped, and then at that time, I kind of was transferring into the events marketing manager at Free Flight, and it was like kind of in limbo for a few months, just nothing was happening, and the GM and I were just like, well, why aren't we doing anything? What's stopping us? And so we kind of like just had to like tell ourselves, give a give a good kick in the ass of be like, dude, we need to get this shit rolling again. And like it's still cool to see that they're still, they got a good group ride. It's still trucking
Great.
along, and yeah, Bobby runs a hell of a group ride, and there's
Oh
a
yeah.
lot of people that show up. So I hope other bike shops hear this, and it's just good for the community. It's not only good for your store and your sales, but it's awesome to bring people together. Those same people that are coming in to repair their bicycles, it's good to see them after hours and build a relationship with them as well. And then they trust you, which will make them come back as well. So exactly what you just said, but yeah, it's an interesting perspective. I actually haven't. I definitely think since COVID, everybody's gotten lazier, just with work and everything. Just like you're so used to everything just coming to you, like you said, and everybody working remote, and whatnot. So definitely getting back to everything, and I think people will slowly realize. Yeah, I mean, even in my business, man, like times have been tough. I'm having my clients pretty much tell me like, "Hey, like I'm paying you for these marketing services, but I don't know if I can afford it. My business is down. We're struggling, this and X, Y, and Z. So it's definitely tough in every industry. I work with several different industries, not just the bike industry, and it's just everything. So we'll get through it though. I mean, bikes are a want, which is a big problem of it. Nobody needs a bicycle, although they should need a bicycle.
I'm gonna
It's a good
disagree with you
thing to
there.
have. I'm about to say I would argue that one, but it is technically a want, and sometimes it's hard to sell once when times are tough.
For sure.
All right, so this is an observation. I see a lot of red back there. Did the red Specialized S have anything to do with your influence to go with Specialized? Just because I see some reds, I see some yellows back there on the shelf, and I wanted to talk about the kicks a little bit, and we'll kind of get off some of the work topic and talk about you a little bit and what kind of fuels you and what your interests are, man.
Dude, I got probably too many interests.
You're like me.
uh, dude, I got so much going on. I've been into sneakers for a really, really long time. Just collecting them, trading them. Used to sell them every once in a while. Nothing crazy. I was never like a reseller or anything like that.
Yeah.
But just got really into it. Like they're fun to collect something maybe like somebody else can't get, and to like pop out an event with a pair of sneakers that like somebody doesn't normally see every often, kind of thing like that. I've always been into the Chicago's, big Michael
Okay.
Jordan fan when I was younger. So like Chicago's have always been the thing for me. So that's why there's a lot of Chicago's in the background.
Yeah.
Always like trying to find that black, red, and white colorway in a sneaker. But no, I mean, the sneaker community is massive around here. Sneaker and fashion in Atlanta is huge, and
Yeah.
getting to blend bikes and that industry has been absolutely amazing. I've made really, really good connections there. Um, and watching those people, like I said earlier, just get excited. And like, I have a friend who's like, invites me to all of these sneaker events and like things I would, like I said, like bikes, I'm doing bikes. Like, how am I here? Um, just from collecting some sneakers and riding my bike, and getting to meet some really amazing people that way and building connections and seeing people who've worked for Nike, Adidas, Saucony, like it's been amazing that way. And they're like, "Oh, you deal with bikes?" I was like, "Oh, I've been thinking about buying a bike." I'm like, I can help
Boom.
you out there." And it's
Um,
amazing because they're like, "Oh shit, like this is cool as hell." Now I want to cruise around the city, like either with my kids or my friends, like, and that's kind of blended my two worlds,
yeah.
with the whole sneaker and fashion side of things. Um, and it's honestly, they're no different than the cyclists. I mean, they've built like that family. And I feel
Yeah.
like we've all built like a family kind of thing. And now I want to take my one family to meet my other family kind of thing. And it's just so much fun because like everyone like has this go-to thing, but they're like, oh, I want to try this.
Yeah.
And I even get some people in the sneaker side, or I mean the bike side of things going, hey, I'm looking to buy a new pair of sneakers. Like, what should I look for? And
Let me
I'm
hit
like,
you up.
all right. Yeah. So like it's just really cool to see. It's like, yeah, we're into totally different things, but like they can blend pretty easily.
All right, quick break. Huge shout out to the sponsors that keep this podcast rolling. First up, we have CTS Media. If your business needs better content, a fresh website, or full service digital marketing, CTS Media has you covered. Photography, videography, social media management, social media creation, Google Ads, Meta Ads, everything your business needs to look legit online, because let's face it, if you're not doing these things, you're falling behind to your competitors in today's world. Check it out at ctsmedia.org, link in description below. Next up, we have Shred It, You're On. They solve the classic problem every rider has. Your action cam blocks your jersey. Their jerseys keep your kit visible on camera and look sick doing it. Grab one at shredityourOn.com. Finally, we have Gutter Getters, your go-to for home maintenance. Whether it's gutter cleaning, roof care, pressure washing, small repairs, deck repairs, they handle it all. Hit the link or give them a call below. All right. Thank you guys. Back to the podcast.
So I see you're a big Nike dude. Is it the Nikes like at the top of your list, or what are the brands that you collect?
I'm kind of everything now. It was big Nike, but like I mean, I have Adidas, I have Saucony, I have Asics, kind of just all over the board these days. Just like I'm not into just collecting like hype anymore. I'm into
Yeah.
like I want to wear it. Like I want it to be comfortable now. Been really big into runners and stuff like that. Like something that's really comfortable to wear all day. Like I'm either sitting in the car or I'm standing at a bike shop or an event. Like I want something comfortable.
Yeah.
But then I'll go to like a sneaker event and I'm like, all right, I want to pop out with something crazy that maybe an older pair of shoes that no one else is going to have on their feet for that.
I see what
So
you're doing. Dude, I've been on the Noble train for a little bit.
yeah.
And dude, I had an older pair of Nobles and I actually rode them on the bike. And dude, they will give 510 a run for their money. Like I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Like, dude, a new fresh pair of Nobles with those grips on the bottom. I
Oh
was
God.
digging it. That's cool.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna agree with you there, but I appreciate your thanks.
It could have been the
um,
specific flat pedal, dude. It was, but they were hooked up when I wore them.
Nah, I'm just playing with you. I'm sure they're good.
dude, some of
Dude,
the
all
shoes
right.
that I wear on the bikes, I'll wear whatever shoe. I mean, I've worn a $2,000 pair of sneakers on my e-bike, just riding around the city.
Woo.
Like,
Good night.
and like
You
people are
gotta
like, "What are
be
you doing?
careful,
What are you
dude.
doing?"
This
I'm
is
like, "I'm
Atlanta.
wearing my shoes." Like my buddy, he he's got a company. He's actually came out with stickers that just say "Wear effing shoes." It's like people are just like put them back here in like a warehouse or something like that, and never wear them, and then they fall
Yep.
apart. You can't ever wear them. So like, I love wearing stuff like that and just having fun, and uh, it's just a really good time. It's a whole nother, like I've said, family, and they're it's so big in Atlanta, and
Yeah.
I think one of our influencers or ambassadors, Nigel, has done a really good job this year blending the sneaker world and the bike world together, and getting to put bike on the back of a Jordan instead of Nike has been a huge deal for the sneaker world and the bike world. Just getting to blend those two things is just really cool to see.
Dude, that could be a whole like Instagram photo series now that I really think about it. Yeah, dude, that could be sick.
Wait, I thought about it, but I'm just like I work for Specialized, so I can't like I don't know if I can post like
Yeah.
other brands, but like I think it'd be cool to do bikes and kicks kind of thing.
Dude, that's a whole new Instagram channel.
For
Last
sure.
thing for me on the shoes is I know there's Wish and Little 5 Points, right? Do they still do the sneaker thing? And
Oh
then
yeah, there which is huge.
Okay, cool. Have you heard of Kicks and Co. up in it's like up in Tate, up
Okay.
by Jasper?
Okay.
Yeah.
I've not heard of them. I don't know. Are they resell? I don't know if they're resell or if they're a boutique.
So I think it's it's relatively boutique, but if you ever
Okay.
go and you're gonna ride like Bull and Jake, or you're gonna go up there do pin hoodies and stuff like that, it's a little store called Kicks and Co.
Okay.
It's just it's yeah, a little shop. And if you haven't heard of them, it's a sick little sidebar. If you're ever up there or you're visiting any bike shops
Yeah.
up
Yeah.
there, yeah, go check them out. They're pretty cool
Dude,
up there.
wherever I'm at, I'm checking out bike shops and I'm checking out sneaker stores like all the time. So
Dude,
I don't care. Like I
go ahead.
was gonna say, I don't care if a shop doesn't carry Specialized. I'm still going in.
Yeah.
I'm not scared to go in any bike shop. Like, and I'll tell them where I'm from. And a lot of times, I like to stop into bike shops that are killing it on social media and popped up into my social media, and I'm just like, oh, this shop looks fun to check out. And I think that's the first time I ever went into Free Flight. I think Case and you were doing their social media. I was like, yeah, this shop has it going on. I was like, I want to go check it out. And Kaysen showed me around the store and everything like that. And they had a really cool thing going on. So
Yeah, I do remember that, and I actually thought that was cool. It was kind of funny. Like I was like, oh, Specialized reps coming by. I told everybody, and they're like, what? I'm like, he's a good guy, he's a friend, and they're like, oh, all right, dude. People are so like, what? Like,
yeah,
okay, well, we don't want, and the whole like standoffish. I'm like, chill out, guys, we're
for
good.
sure. Sure.
He's
Which,
just,
which is totally fine with me. But like, I'll go in truck stores all the time. Like, if they got a cool thing going, like, they're getting people on bikes. And I think that's one of the biggest things. Like, we make an amazing product, and a lot of other companies make really good products too. But like, if you're getting somebody on a bike, like, that's what it's about right now. That's what's going to grow the industry. Um, so,
yeah, it's one of those things that everybody it's like music, it's like podcasting, it's like just because. Like a great example, just because Ross and I started a podcast doesn't mean we're taking away from the Narnomies podcast. Like we're only adding to it, right? We're gonna be growing each other together, and it's just like bicycles. It's like just because Specialized makes bikes, Trek makes bikes, one bike shop sells one, the other bike shop sells the other. It's not a bad thing. Everybody's growing together, and it's all good. It's all positive in my opinion. Of course, there's competition. I understand that, but I think it's no matter what it is, as long as there's something, it's good. To that point. Sneakers though, am I looking at a lot of Chicago Bulls sneakers right now?
Yeah,
oh
it's the
yeah,
Chicago.
Okay.
all
Yeah,
I think I have, I don't know, 25 different pairs of Chicago's.
Holy.
Yeah, doubles of
wild.
some. Like, yeah,
So do you resell too, or do you? No, you just hang
no,
on to them.
like, the only time I resell something is if, like, I'm not wearing them anymore. I'll sell them to somebody to buy something else. That's about it. I don't like buy 500 pairs of shoes to like sell them off or anything like that. I buy everything in my own size or my fiance's size. So, and I got her into like wearing a bunch of sneakers now too. So, and that's been fun for me. Because I think when I met her, she had a pair of like dirty white Converse, and I think she's up to like 20 plus pairs of sneakers now. Like,
That's awesome.
Holy.
yeah.
You got the
Dude,
bug.
Wait,
Leah and I'll do the Vans thing. We try to twin up the
okay.
Vans for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we do the same stuff. Well,
I love it.
I wanted to go switch back to the bike topic.
Hey.
A lot of people, get caught up on what to buy, right? They get caught up on what bikes to buy nowadays, and I truly believe that almost every brand, especially when you spend good money, it makes a good bicycle. I think it's really tough to buy a bad bike now. That goes in the motocross as well. It's really hard to buy a bad dirt bike. Everybody makes really good products. I mean, you look at companies like Specialized and Trek that have unbelievable customer support, that are there for you and make unbelievably good bikes and good warranties. So, like, in your opinion, like, oh, what makes a good bike nowadays? What has Specialized done? They're kind of following. Everybody follows trends, and mountain bikes are getting longer and slacker. I don't know. Don't shoot. I don't know what road bikes are doing nowadays. I'm sorry. Uh, but just like, yeah, what do you see like the trends that Specialized are following lately? And like, I assume Stump Jumper's still probably one of the best selling bikes that Specialized has. And just like tell us kind of some of the cycling trends you've seen lately and what's been selling.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, more electronics on bikes has been the biggest thing. Like how many batteries can get on a bike these days? I think my mountain bike has, I want to say like 8 to 10 batteries. Like it's wild. Like, but yeah, things are just. I wouldn't say it's like so much a trend in the mountain bike world. It's like what we need in the mountain bike world because it's like things are getting steeper, things are getting rockier. Like you need longer suspension. It's like if you took a bike, I would say 10 years ago and try to ride some of like the top part of Jared's or something like that, you're gonna probably kill yourself. Like it's like we need it. I wouldn't say it's so much a trend in the mountain bike side, but we're seeing more and more lighter weight, um, lighter weight bikes when it comes to XC and slacker bikes when it comes to that downhill stuff, just because it's getting more rugged out there. You need bigger gears in the back to get up some of these hills. I mean, things that became steeper climbs. And I think
Yep.
everybody's kind of just going that route. They want the lightest bike. They want the thing to shift amazing. Motors in e-bikes. I mean, everything. E-bike, I think, is probably the biggest thing right now. I mean, everybody wants to go rip e-bikes. I think you guys were talking about it's like a whole new sport these days. Like everybody wants to be out there. And like I think the whole it's cheating thing is starting to get old. So it's like it's kind of going away. You're not hearing it probably as much because people are out there like also on e-bikes. Yeah, it's I mean, I never saw it as cheating because like I'm not gonna go race somebody on an analog bike. Yeah, that's cheating. But like most of the time when I'm riding my e-bike, I'm riding with other people on e-bikes.
Yeah.
Like if
It's
I'm
like
gonna
an
ride an
e-bike
analog
racing a
bike,
dirt bike.
Yeah.
exactly. Like, yeah, that's cheating. But it like, and I mean, it's gotten so many more people into cycling, which is really cool. I would say the road bike thing is aero as possible. I mean, I think we're aero, but like we're also comfortable when it comes to our bikes. Like they're super smooth to ride, and like I do a lot of group rides, road group rides, everything. It's like that bike has to look good. And I mean, it's always kind of been that way in the road side of things. Like it's almost like a fashion show over anything. Like who's got the most expensive bike? Who's got the most aero bike? Who's got the craziest looking kit out at the starting line? Who cares if you finish the race? But guess what? You looked good on that starting line. So, I would say the road side of things is going more aerodynamic these days. Like the deeper the wheels, like the cooler it looks. Like that's where it's about. Um, and the mountainside is like the slacker and longer it looks. It looks cool in the mountain bike side of things. I mean, in my opinion, I mean, I came from the fixed gear world, so like everything was like deep V's and colors and
Yeah.
you had to have your Ori grips had to be the matching color to your wheels. And I feel like that's the way the mountain bike world is now. It's like they're the 2010 fixie kit. Like you got to have colored spokes and your colored bolts and your colored grips. They all have to match and you have to look cool in the parking lot. Like I like that's I mean I feel like that's the trend in the mountain bike side of things is colors. Gotta have matching everything when it comes to your bike. So, and a lot of times if people are matching their shoes to their bike, they got the jersey color that matches their bike. Like,
I
um,
will add a big trend I've seen that's pretty obvious, but I don't think people are like necessarily realizing it and um it's just happening is like especially in mountain biking, everything's gone back to neutral colors. Like you got your khakis, your
mhm,
forest greens, your blacks, your grays. Especially gear companies, you're seeing Fox, and all these other companies. You know, just have these basic neutral colors. You know, kind of go and even bicycles are kind of going that way. You're not seeing these obnoxious colors, you know, your S Works maybe you'll see the crazy paints, but even Specialized, you know, you'll see your forest greens like Ross has behind them. Or I don't know what the technical color. What's that? Do you know the technical color on that one, Tony?
I do not. Our colors are really tough.
It's sorry to call you out like that. I have it pulled up. But yeah, the green.
Dude, the colors we call our bikes are pretty crazy, and I can't even remember them all the time. Um,
Is it satin burnt gold or is that's not the expert, is it?
oh yeah, he has an expert, so it's cypress green metallic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's sick.
So they're yeah, I mean, it's so tough to remember any of our colors. I
Yeah,
call
they
it
have
blue,
some wild
green,
names.
gold. Yeah. And hey, like I'm not hating on any of the color matching because I love it. I'm that person. And I think you need to personalize your bike. So you kind of stick out. So I love seeing it. It's cool. It's great for the brands too. Like the i9, the E13 brands, like they're making this colored stuff to give people their personality on their bike. And
Yeah.
it's just great to see.
I think
All right, dude. You get. Oh,
the earth tones hit really hard with the automotive industry a few years back, right? We saw like Toyota coming out with
oh
like
yeah.
that desert with that desert tan and some of those blues, some of those greens. I really feel like the bike industry has like kind of followed suit to what automotive has done. And like those kind of matte, those more matte or satin paint jobs started really coming out around then. You're
Mhm.
seeing Tesla do a lot of those like matte kind of wraps and things like that. So I feel like the bike industry's kind of followed suit on a lot of those colors.
Yeah, I would agree. I think I've seen 9,000 cars that are painted Battleship Blue or whatever it is, like the
Yeah.
cool khaki gray. You're like, all right,
Khaki gray.
how many of these can be produced, dude? I'm like, geez, Louise. Well, I'm gonna ask you a tough question, a controversial one. You ready? So, why does an e-bike cost $20,000, Tony? What happened to bike pricing?
I tell people this all the time. Actually, Ross, you may have said it too. Like, if you're looking at a $20,000 bike, if you are looking at that and you're like, "Oh my God, $20,000," that's not the bike for you.
No.
Like that bike, I mean, that bike was more, I would say, a marketing thing, like getting people to talk about the brand, talk about the bike, which it did, and we sold them, which is crazy. Like, I mean,
Well,
I was the same way. Man, $20,000, that's nuts. But like, I don't think a lot of people think about how much goes into these bikes, how much R&D goes into these bikes, how much batteries cost. Like when it comes to the e-bike side of things, it's tough to make a really quality bike, and it doesn't stop at just the bike. You have to have departments for any type of warranty if anything happens. Like you have to have you got to make sure you're paying those people. You're paying us to like talk about these bikes and get people on these bikes and have demos of these bikes. So I mean, there's a lot of factors that go into. I don't talk about the $20,000 bike too much because I mean it was more of a, I would say, a marketing thing. But that bike looks badass. Like
yeah,
it got people talking about our bike. It got people talking about the podium fork even more, about the titanium cranks and like what you can do. Because I mean, honestly, most people who even buy actually take Josh over at Jared's place. Like,
well,
dude got a $15,000 bike, yet he upgraded the shit out of it, so it's probably about $20,000 now.
yeah,
So it's
Yeah.
like people are doing that with their bikes already. We just did it for them and we threw an insane paint job on it, but it just got people talking like we're talking right now on this podcast. You've talked about it on another podcast. Like that was the point. I mean, that was the point more, I would say, with that bike. With our other bikes, it's more batteries cost a lot. The suspensions, and I mean, you take the frame away. I mean, that's like 7, 8 grand right there
Yeah.
just in components.
So,
Um,
I
case
used
in
to get people at the bike shop. Sorry.
oh, you're good.
I used to I used to
Go
get
ahead, go
people at
ahead.
the bike shop all the time that would go, they would come in and it would be, oh, I'm gonna stereotype. You ready? These folks would
Uh-oh.
come in and they're they're always these older dudes, and they're like, "Well, I can buy a brand new dirt bike for less than this," and
Got you. So,
that's where I'm like, yes, sir, but when were dropper posts invented? Randy, when were the electronic shifting invented? All of this R&D that's been going into mountain bikes, it costs money. You just said it, right? So to pay these engineers, to pay these developers, to pay all these folks to develop these products, to come up with a fork like the Fox Podium that may in 5-10 years become the normal. You don't know. It may be the normal fork that everybody's carrying. That's how stuff starts, right? So, and then how long has a YZ250 been around, right? It's changed, it's been tweaked, over since 1980s or 1970s, whenever it was, then or older than that, geez. And it's been tweaked subtly every year, and then a model change every so often. But mountain bikes are full throttle. Cycling is full throttle and changes. The R&D is insane. That's why bikes cost so much, right? People take it for granted now, but we just got electronic dropper post. We're getting wireless shifting. This is like in the past couple of years we're getting all these things. And that stuff costs money. Like these aren't just like coming out of people's asses. Like it it takes thought and money and time. So that that's why the bikes are $15,000, because they are getting developed right now. When a new bike comes out, there is almost new product all the way around the bicycle. So that's why stuff costs money. And that's my argument for it, for sure.
Yeah, we're always gonna get people that are gonna be like, "Oh my god, that costs so much." Like, things are
Yeah.
always gonna cost so much in every industry. I mean, cars cost so much, like, millions of dollars. Like, that's not for you. And I mean, yeah, that's your dream, and that's what we want to build for you, is your dream. Um, and I think that's what we're doing, is we're giving somebody, because guess what? They may say, "Oh my god, that's crazy. That's the price of this," but guess what? They want that.
They still want it.
They
Yeah.
want that bad. And like, we still want that $1 million car, yet we're driving maybe a $50,000 car. Like, we want it. So I think that's what we're doing, is we're building that dream. It gives people something to like go after. And maybe at this time, no, you can afford a rock hopper, but maybe your dream bike is a S-Works Leva or an S-Works Epic. Like, you want to build that dream up. And I never look down on people that come in and say stuff like that, because you just gotta explain it to them, and you already know it's in the back of their head. Like, always, I tell my retailers all the time, I'm like, you want to talk to somebody the same, like the customer that's buying a rock hopper, you want to talk to them the same way the customer's buying an S-Works tarmac. Like, because you want to build that dream, you want to build that stoke. So that customer's going to keep coming back.
I want a third generation Raptor R, but I have a first gen Raptor, and like it's the same thing. Am I stoked with my truck? Does my truck absolutely kick ass? Yeah, it is. Is it still an incredible truck? Absolutely. Is it a V8? Yes. But yeah, I think that's a really good perspective, and that makes sense. It's like, and even if you're getting on a bike that is maybe like a 2020 bike, like you're getting on something that's still incredible, and you can pick one of those up for what, I don't know, 15, 1600, 2 grand. Like, you can still get on like that old, like an older model of the same thing. Um, yeah, that's a really good perspective to have. Be like, hey, get something 5 years old, and now you're in your price point, but you're still on a badass piece of machinery.
Exactly.
Yeah. So good transition. We got a comment on our last podcast from Mr. Andrew, and I want to get everybody's opinion on this, because he actually asked us a question. So the comment reads, "What is your recommendation for an e-bike that would be in the sub $2,000 range for more exploration backpacking style? Thinking about adding one to the overland kit for next fall out west. We'll have to find one that I can store on the truck and all." So, kind of a tough question, first of all, because finding an e-bike under $2,000 is just, yeah, really tough in general. You're almost looking at the used market, in my opinion.
Yeah, you're better.
Yeah, and Tony just said it. So I would look used, and for backpacking, I don't know if you're talking more of like it looks like you're trying to carry some stuff, so I don't know if you're gonna need like more of a cargo bike there, Andrew, or more of like a hunting style bike, or if you're looking for an actual like backpacking style gravel bike or something. But used bicycle, Ross.
Yeah. Yeah, I got a later in January, I'll probably have one for sale for about 2 grand. I know that doesn't help, but
Yeah, I
hey.
mean, tons of companies out there making really good shit these days. But I would say, yeah, that price point is sometimes a little tough right now to get something good, like really good. But there's few years older. I mean, you can definitely get into something. Depending if if you're looking to bike pack, I mean, they make electric like gravel bikes now that can
Mhm.
carry racks on them. The four can carry a rack on it. And you can definitely store something like that. A lot of them are one by these days, so you're not dealing with a front derailleur, and that
Yeah.
would probably be the way to go. I would go more e gravel if you're going to do something like that,
Yeah,
but
that's what I
definitely
was
looking
thinking.
at used market.
What is does Specialized have an e gravel?
Yeah, we have the Creo,
Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah.
and I mean, people are using it as a road bike. People are using it as a gravel bike. I rode mountain bike trails with it. Like the thing is just badass.
Yeah, and
Or
excuse my ignorance, but is that similar to like what the Santa Cruz Stitch is? I would guess that's the competitor to that, right?
So stitches, they're like straight bar
They
gravel.
have both. They have a drop bar
Like
version,
a drop bar.
and they have
Yeah, then yes, I
oh,
would say that's the same thing.
yeah. Okay. Well, cool. Yeah. So Andrew,
sick.
uh, save some more pen. Sorry, brother.
Yeah.
Like we just got
Well,
done saying, things are on the other side of things. Things are expensive too.
but also thanks for your first question on the podcast, dude. That's cool. Right on, dude.
Yeah, on the YouTube too. So thank you for supporting the YouTube channel.
Heck yeah.
Um, but Tony, we're kind of rounding this out, brother. Did you have any questions or any topics that you wanted to bring up? Anything controversial for the kids on social media or anything that you wanted to get people rambled up on? You got any rants, dude? We like rants around here.
Rants, man. I just want to see people building a community, even if like if you don't see something going on, like or you don't like something, get out and do something. Like make shit happen. Like start your own group ride. Um, like start your own brand if you don't like what's going on. Like that's the thing is like I chill with the excuses and be like the hate on shit. Like go do something. I
Get
think
off your
that's the
ass.
biggest thing right now.
Yeah,
Exactly. Get outside. Like there's so much cool shit going on outside. Like Atlanta's got so much going on. Like Georgia in general. I mean, when I lived up north, we rode up north. We went to like Vermont and stuff like that. But if like we thought about road riding in the winter, we came to Florida. If we thought about mountain biking in the winter, we went down to either Pisgah, people talked about DuPont. I think Georgia is very slept on. Like there is so much good riding here that we need to figure out how to get more people to come down and check out our trails and stuff like that.
Okay, on that note, favorite places to ride in Georgia that you that are yours that you feel like sharing on here?
Road riding, I'm a
Yeah.
huge fan of Jekyll Island.
Oh, cool.
Jekyll
Okay.
is this, I feel like a slept on little island that like there's barely anyone ever there. I bring the fixie down there once in a while because it's so
Hell yeah.
flat and just rip a 20-30 mile laps. Like it's awesome down there. Mountain biking, man. If I was gonna do more like downhill stuff, I mean Jared's is the place. That's where everybody wants to be these days. Like I love what they're doing. They're killing it on social. Um, they they're creating that FOMO up there. Um, and then man, I would say like I ride my Epic a lot. That's a tough one. I mean, Cochrane Mill has been a lot of fun to ride.
Yeah.
Blankets has been a lot of fun to ride in the cross country bike. And then I ride Southside a lot because it's close to my house.
Yeah. Yeah. Southside's a fun little
And then I would
trail
say,
system.
and like I said, I ride everything. So I would even say gravel. I've been loving Dirty Sheets. Just riding around that area on the gravel bike.
Nice.
And to be honest, Dude, I love riding around the city. I just go get lost. I literally go ride my bike. I get lost in the city. I have no clue where I am. And then I bring on my GPS and I hit home and it takes me home. Like that's it. And me and the lady go out and just like adventure rides and just go cruise around town, like see stuff, murals and stuff we never saw. We'll go stop at a new restaurant on the bike. And I think that's probably one of my favorite things to do.
I think a lot of people need to do that more often, like how we used to do as kids. Like you get home from school and everybody just go ride. And like it's kind of you kind of forget to do that as an adult, but like that's also me and the lady will take our new specialized Levo SLs and take them and ride downtown and just like ride and just have no idea where you're at. And then yeah, it's great. It's super fun. I have another question too. This is a hard one. If you had to pick any like specialized product that you just love, whether it's a bike, a helmet, a jersey that you just like, you don't go anywhere on a bicycle without it, or you just like love that bicycle. Is there one product that you're just like in love with?
I actually got asked this the other day and I
Oh,
kind of blew them away with my answer because they did not expect it. But the Specialized Globe, which is our like e-cargo bike and living in the city, like I love it. Like yes, it's great to be on road rides with friends. It's great to be on mountain bikes, but man, if I could take my significant other, she sits on the back of it and we go cruise around Atlanta and go on a date. Like it's the
Nice.
best thing. She was just never into cycling before me. And she even like, it'd be like 10 o'clock at night and she'd be like, let's go on a globe ride. And I'm like, that's what it's about. And I think like that bike is like opened up like so much of like, I don't need my car. Like I can just go
Yeah.
rip around on this thing, lock it up, and we can go walk the belt line or go get ice cream or go on a date. We've gone out to like fancy dinners on the globe.
that's
Well, I
awesome.
mean, it's wonderful. We've taken it to Nashville. We've taken it to Florida. Like it's been awesome just to go cruise around and adventure ride on that thing. And you could fit somebody on another small adult on the back of it. If you got the long tail, you could fit a bigger adult on the back of it if you really wanted to. Like that bike is just so much fun and it fucking rips. Like, yeah. I was doing 28 miles an hour with her on the back next to a car and they're looking at us like, what is going
What
on
is
right now?
going
Kind of
on?
thing.
Oh, that's great, dude.
So I gotta bring it over to your house, Ross, and have you ride it, and you're gonna be like, "Oh, now I get it." Like,
Dude,
uh,
absolutely. Yeah, by all means.
Yeah,
I see so many people around town just on a version of that bike, and I love seeing it. Like,
mhm.
how many people have their kids on the back? The school. I don't know if you guys ever heard of the bike bus, but that's became a massive thing around Atlanta. A bunch of these schools,
Oh, I have seen that.
kids are riding their bikes to school. Like
Yeah.
Yeah,
the parents are riding with them
Yeah.
and they're meeting up at little spots and they all ride together to school. And I'm just like,
it's the
Yeah.
that's
greatest
amazing.
thing
But
ever, dude.
yes, it's so cool to see and love seeing that. We're gonna work with Propel Atlanta and we're try to help them out a little bit more and maybe get these kids some water bottles or something like that. And I don't know. I love seeing stuff like that. Um so yeah, I would say the Globe. The Globe's been the bike right now. I mean, I love all my bikes, but man, when your girl just hits you up and she's like, "Let's go for a Globe ride," and I'm like, "Let's go."
Yeah, let's
Let's
do
do
it.
it.
I don't
I
care
think
how tired I am. I'm like, "Let's go." We'll literally could just go cruise for an hour and a half and then just come back home and we're happy.
That's killer.
yeah, we had of course your competitors version of that at Free Flight,
Yeah,
and we had rode that around a lot, and it's fun. When they first came out, we made fun of them, but uh, I mean, it makes complete sense.
for
It's
sure.
like it's so cool, especially in the city. Like where I live, it would make absolutely zero sense. You just get hit by a car immediately. But in the city, it would make sense to go get groceries. You take your kids, or like you said, I never even thought about it. You can just go out to dinner, man.
Oh yeah.
Park your Globe out front and go have a nice
And,
bottle of wine and call it a night.
Dude,
and you don't have
I'll
to
put the
pay for
dog in the
parking.
front basket and we're going out. Exactly, dude. We ride to games at Mercedes Benz or State Farm. Like we've gone to concerts on it. Like it's just makes we don't have to get stuck in traffic. Like it just makes life so much easier.
Dude,
Yeah, that's
going to the
awesome. Well,
United
cool.
games on bicycle is absolutely the move because they have the whole bike park thing there. Yeah, it's sick.
Yeah, the free bike ballet.
Yeah, the bike ballet. That's what it is. Yeah,
Ross,
dude.
do you remember when Ross, you remember when we went to a United game from your house? It was like
Oh
a
yeah.
few of us.
Oh yeah.
That was years ago. Yeah,
I,
that was sick.
I was a while back, brother.
Oh yeah, that was a while ago.
So how about you guys though? Like, if you had money was no option, what bike would you guys choose? No, well, don't matter what brand. I don't care.
Go ahead, dude. Unless you're thinking.
Yeah, I'll answer. Not even because he's on here. I would buy. I love my SL, but if I could, it would be nice to have a full power. I would love a Levo 4. Um, I'm still happy with my decision on the SL because of what I ride, but there is times like I tell people this, right? The only time I wish I had a full powered bike is when I'm with other people with full powered bikes.
Like, all right,
Other
yeah.
than
Yeah.
that, I'm good. Like,
So
because
they're cheating. You can tell them they're cheating.
yeah, exactly. And I'm like, everything's good because I can. If you just pedal a little bit slower, like your cadence is a little bit slower, it's just like it's just like any e-bike, right? Like I'll even climb Jarrett's, and if I just go like 10% slower than them, then I'm working the same amount. You know, it's easy, but it's like they have that, you know, that 111 newton meters or whatever it is of power that I do not have. So I'm gonna be getting a turbo levo, and if money is no option, then screw it, I'll get the podium for
I love it.
it.
Dude, if we're talking e-bikes, like as long as I've got like a nice long travel, like 160 to 180, like long travel e-bike that is yes, full power, sick. But right now, if I could get anything, money was no option, dude, I'd be on a Zinc Bikes vacay, dude, for sure. Um, that thing for park looks
That's
so fun, man.
Oh,
That's just like it looks poppy, it looks like playful. Um, yeah, I've been dreaming about one of those for a minute.
oh yeah.
But
I
dude,
have a
I will
question on
say,
this. I know we're
yeah, go ahead.
oh
Go ahead,
no,
brother.
you're good. Go, keep going.
Dude, this thing has been
Okay, well,
impressive. What?
dude, there's a lag. You have a lag.
There's yeah.
Tony and I are good, but yours is lagged.
I will say, man, this thing has been stupid fun. Um, I was it's been here it goes. I was the weight it's definitely heavier than the pivot. But it feels like it's got more than 150 in the rear for sure. The way you were explaining the shock setup when you dropped it off was pretty dope, and you can feel it when you ride it for sure.
Hey, maybe if the pivot was just a little bit heavier with carbon, it wouldn't have snapped.
No, I mean it's
Yeah.
carbon, dude. I
If
think,
if they would have added a little bit more weight.
bro. Dude, I could have ridden a full downhill bike with how far I went off that thing. Oh, dude, it was bad. It was full operator error, dude.
Oh my god.
But no, I love putting people on those bikes because I think it like you get to see why. To be honest, you get to see why bikes are so expensive.
A
Like
100%.
a lot goes into that.
Yeah.
A lot went into that bike. I mean, these guys start working on bikes like 5 years before they come out. Like just redefining things. Like there's so much that people just don't think about, and like they think these bikes like magically appear at $15,000. Like that it just they started it yesterday and it came out today and now it's 15K. Like
No.
you gotta pay people for years to figure this stuff out. Like it's not just make a bike cool. It's so much science and everything that goes into these bikes these days. So
Science.
Tony, the the Canevo. I wanted
yeah.
to ask about this because in my opinion, just from like looking at the Canevo from a customer standpoint, I can't imagine this bike sells very well for you guys just with the Levo and the SL being out. So I just like, I mean, what markets does the Canevo sell in like the best? Is this like your Northwest region that these bikes sell good, or like do you know like where the Canevos do well at?
I mean, actually, I think I rode a Canevo for the first time at Stanley Gap.
Oh yeah,
And no, it kind of started going uphill, but man, was that bike a bunch of fun to go down.
Hmm.
Because it gets pretty sketchy up there. A lot of big rocks, stuff like that. But yes, I would say it's more of an out west bike or a park bike. That person that wants that longer travel, you do see more people on Levos these days because you can even up fork Levos to like be a longer travel bike if you need it. So I would say it's more out west. It's not my territory.
Yeah.
That's moving that bike a little bit better.
Especially
So
too, man. Like I'm always like, I I can guarantee anybody I can almost ride a 150, 160 bike anywhere. Like, I
exactly.
I feel comfortable on a 150, 160 bike. You can take me to Windrock, you take me to Jared's. I can ride it at Blankets and have a good time. Like that Levo platform, that Levo SL platform, my Bronson, the fuel that I had built up, like that 150, 160, possibly 140 rear is just like that's all you need nowadays. Now I'm sure that Canevo, like if you're doing like let's say that you're a Canuga local, like the Canevo is a best bike for you. If you want like just a little bit lighter than a Levo, like I could see that because it's like it's not a shuttled bike park. You still need some power. So if you want to do like 4 or 5, 6 laps out there and you want some long travel, I definitely see the need for the Canevo. But I don't know, man. I like my bike, and the Levo's
Levo,
pretty sick.
yeah. That 150, 160, I like to tell people it's like it's not the you're not a downhill bike, you're not a cross country bike, you're like I can do it all bike. But you're not going to go out there like you can race an XC race, but you're probably not going to win against somebody on like a 120 mil more steeper head to mail type of super light bike. And then you're gonna or go do a full on downhill race. You could probably do the race, but you're probably not gonna compete with the guys on a dual crown fork or anything like that. Like, but it's that one bike to kind of do it all.
Well, cool, Ross. I don't have anything else, brother. You got anything else, man?
Dude, Tony, thanks for coming on with us. We appreciate it. I appreciate it. Yeah, thank you so much. This has been entertaining, man. It's been really fun getting to know you a little better. And I still got to take you out for dinner now that I'm over this cold. We'll see if we can link up with some schedules and bring that globe out, and we'll bring the e-bikes with us, and yeah, we'll go get a dinner, Dan, for sure.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, dude. And for anybody that wants to see what you're doing, if you're okay with it, plug your socials, and then anything that Specialized has coming up in the future that we can look forward to in 2026, like anything like that that you're cool with shouting out, go for it, brother.
Yeah, my social is just why not underscore M. It's just my name backwards. And then yeah, Specialized I think is gonna have a big 2026. That's pretty much all I can say. I think you'll start seeing some cool things with riders and bikes and equipment right into the new year. I mean, it's gonna be a big year for us. I mean, that's pretty much all I can say. I don't even know product wise, like just yet. Just been hearing some rumblings, which are gonna be it's gonna be a good year. I think we're gonna talk about Specialized a lot next year. And that's what we want. We want to be in people's faces. We want people talking about the brand. I mean, we make really, really good shit. And I think one of our leaders at the company said, like, you have to choose not to buy a Specialized. Like, we make really good bikes. So, like, you have to like really choose not to buy our bike. And I mean, everybody's making some really cool stuff out there. I think we're trying to like go above and beyond, either with suspension, colorways. Like our bikes ride good, they look good. So I think it's just gonna be a really fun year. I'm excited.
All right, I'm not done. Sorry, real quick. So I assume you listened to the last podcast we did, and I kind of like hinted on that I used to hate Specialized, right? And Ross kind of said he didn't say he hated it, but
Same
he said
thing.
something similar to the fact that he didn't want to ride a big box brand, and I always saw Specialized as like yeah, it was proprietary and like so I just want to get your opinion. Like, do you think that used to be the case? Like, or do you agree with me and they've kind of changed?
100%. Like when I worked at my first shop, like everyone was like, "Oh yeah, Specialized is the big brand. Like nobody wants to ride it." And like everybody like you see so many of it. And like you always heard like, oh, they're just taking over stores and like you have to just carry their product and like, but like when I started working for him, I'm like, man, this company wants to see people on bikes, and that's what I want to see. So like I've seen it. I mean, I still see it every once in a while. Like I still think the funny one is like a lot of people like, oh, I ride Santa Cruz because it's this small brand, but then like it's a massive brand. They're under a massive umbrella. Like
It's huge.
so, like yes, people are still gonna hate on Specialized,
Well,
and they want to be different, which I love. Like you want to be different. You want to have something maybe somebody else doesn't have. Um, and it's cool to see. But like, I feel like people like I said, like you have to choose not to buy a Specialized because Specialized is killing it in every discipline. I mean, we do really well with our cross country bikes. We do really well with our road bikes. Our gravel bikes are a ton of fun to ride, and we just have kind of that bike for everyone. Um, so I think if people ride our bikes, that they're like, all right, now I get it. It's not like we're just a marketing brand. We make really good shit, and it rides really good. So, and I mean, you guys are seeing it yourself firsthand. I mean,
yep.
coming from I hate the brand, not hate the brand, but just like hate seeing it kind of thing. And then riding, and you're like, all right, I think I get it. So I think
I do.
I love changing people's mind uh, and showing them like this does ride really well. And maybe still they're not going to buy it. Like it's not a big deal to me. Um, but as long as they're on a bike, like that's what really makes me happy and seeing people on bikes. I know what I'll be riding for the time being. I'm happy riding it, the big S. Like, it's a blast. So, but yes, I see it all the time. I mean,
Yeah.
I see it at events that I do, and when people want to tell me how cool their bike is compared to the Specialized, and I'm like, that's awesome. Like,
Cool, man.
you're pumped. You are pumped. I'm not going to be that person like, oh, your shit sucks.
Yeah.
No, really, no bike out there these days like sucks. Like, everybody makes really good shit. So,
Yeah. Yeah, dude, little throwback real quick. One of my first real mountain bikes I ever had was a 2009 Specialized Big Hit with like that barbed wire
yeah.
job on it, dude. And I freaking that thing rode Big Creek hundreds of times. So,
Yeah.
um, but yeah, that's cool to hear. I definitely like from my point of view, like I said in the last podcast, I not to keep freaking hyping Specialized up, but like you guys have really like changed, and I think even Trek, I think Trek and Specialized have kind of followed a very similar path of like the trends that they've done, and they both kind of appeal to more consumers now, especially Specialized. You know how I just said that things used to be proprietary, and that's just not the case anymore. You know, their bikes are very user friendly now, and very almost every bike shop, if not all bike shops, will take a Specialized bike because it's really good, number one, but it's easy to work on and consumer friendly. So
Mhm.
yeah, I just wanted to hear your take on that.
Yeah, I think we're going away from a lot of the proprietary stuff. Yeah, like motors and stuff like that will always be proprietary, but like suspension now, like it's Fox suspension, it's Rockstock suspension. We tune it, but I mean, you can buy real rebuild kits from RockShox. I mean, most shops that are dealing with a lot of mountain bikes have that stuff in the store ready to go. So I think the proprietary thing is starting to go away because we heard people. I mean, it's tough to drop your bike off, have to leave it for a month to be fixed by a
Yeah.
company, and you're waiting for a month to ride your bike because you got your suspension got clapped out. So I think we're gonna try to move away from that. I hope even more. But you still got to keep it so our things, our stuff's different. Like we still want to be different, so people are like, all right, that's cool. Like
Yeah, I remember the old like Specialized Status, the old one that had a shock. Didn't it have like a shock reservoir like on the back rear triangle or something crazy? I don't know if y'all
so
remember that.
Epic would be the one with the brain. Was the one
I
probably one of the
remember the
biggest ones that
brain.
I know
Yeah.
of.
Yeah, okay.
And everybody, you had to send the brain in for us to work on,
Yeah, that
and it
sounds
took some time. Um, but yeah, it's with the new stuff, it's just so much easier, and that's why I try to get more people onto the new stuff. Um, because I mean it's riding even better. It's easier to work on, and your bike's not sitting in a shop for too long.
Well, yeah, man. Drink the Kool-Aid.
Hell yeah.
Drink of that.
All right, well, we appreciate your time.
Yeah.
Happy New Year's, everybody. Man, 2025 was sweet, and it was cool to start this adventure in 2025, and we plan on fully trucking it and making it even better in 2026, and I know Ross agrees with me there. So riding the
yeah.
line is moving and grooving, going upwards, and man, it's so fun. We get to talk to people like Tony that have so much valuable insight and experience. So thank you guys for listening. Again, please support our sponsors that you guys hear throughout the episodes. That helps us out a ton. And if anybody is interested in ever becoming a sponsor of the podcast, please shoot us a message. It's a lot easier than you think. So reach out to us, and we'll see what we can do to have your business. All you gotta do is ask, man. That's it. Just ask.
That's it. You just gotta get off your ass and ask.
Oh my God, dude. Story of today's podcast is get off your ass.
That's right. As we sit on
do
ours.
something, dude. Yeah. All right. Cheers, everybody. Everybody have a nice glass of champagne for New Year's, and we'll see you in 2026. Ross, you got anything?
Hey, get out there and get after it. Keep riding that line.
Yeah.
You.
Huge shout out to the sponsors that keep this podcast rolling. First up, we have CTS Media. If your business needs better content, a fresh website, or full service digital marketing, CTS Media has you covered. Photography, videography, social media management, social media creation, Google Ads, Meta Ads, everything your business needs to look legit online, because let's face it, if you're not doing these things, you're falling behind to your competitors in today's world. Check it out at ctsmedia.org, link in description below. Next up, we have Shred-it, You're On. They solve the classic problem every rider has. Your action cam blocks your jersey. Their jerseys keep your kit visible on camera and look sick doing it. Grab one at shreddityourOn.com. Finally, we have Gutter Getters, your go-to for home maintenance. Whether it's gutter cleaning, roof care, pressure washing, small repairs, deck repairs, they handle it all. Hit the link or give them a call below.